Hello everyone! We are here to present our research proposal entitled The Effect of Online Classes to the Quality of Education of the Selected Education Student of Mindoro State University, School Year 2020-2021. To begin with this, let me introduce myself together with my group mates.
I am Baby K.S. Laura.
I am Erica Joy M. Magsisi.
I am Elrin Joyce Muyo.
I am Joanne Delisay Malaborbor.
And Lian Perez Teston.
Our chosen topic is all about online classes, which every student would relate with this new normal situation. Everyone finds its difficulties amidst of this pandemic, knowing that we don't have the same privilege. As we proceed to Chapter 1, Problems in this Setting, let me show you half of the introduction. It was March when schools, colleges, and university decided to end the school year early due to the pandemic crisis known as COVID-19. To lessen the burden and carry on the syllabus and lesson, online classes were offered. Thus, these online classes, students will be able to discuss things, research deeper, or even brainstorming with other classmates or peers. Everyone was not prepared for this kind of situation. Even the government was shocked and left with no choice but to suspend classes. Nothing can replace a normal setup of education. It will always be a best learning lessons with interaction. But unfortunately, learners and teachers should adjust and make ways to turn the impossible way on the other way around. The purpose why we, the researchers, conducted this study was to investigate and provide insights on the effect of online classes to the quality of education. Aside from this as a current issue today, we also want to determine if these online classes would produce a well-educated and well-trained professional in the future. To become more valid and reliable of our research, conceptual framework will be demonstrated and explained by Baby K.S. Laura.
Thank you, Ms. Magsisi. So this is the conceptual framework of our study. Our independent variable is online classes. This variable influences the independent variable quality of education of the study selected respondents. We extend this conceptual framework by introducing a new variable, privilege. We discover that this variable influences the relationship between an independent variable, online classes, and a dependent variable, quality of education. Next is scope and delimitation, Ms. Malaborbor.
The scope and delimitation. This study limits its coverage in Mindoro State University's second-year education students only. The main purpose is to identify the common problem that they encounter during online classes and to propose solutions to this problem. Each respondent is given the same questionnaire to answer based on their personal experiences. And this research focuses on Mindoro State University students who are dealing with online platforms during school year 2021-2022. Next topic is Statement of the Problem presented by Ms. Erica Joy Magsisi.
We, the researchers, came up the statement of the problem. This study aimed to know the effects of online classes in the quality of education among the selected education student of Mindoro State University. More specifically, it seeks answer to following questions. Number 1. What strategy did the instructor utilize to deliver the lesson effectively? 2. What effect do online class have on a student's mental health? Is it positive or negative? 3. What was the real challenge of implementing these new normal classes? 4. What is the impact will online classes have on future professional? And lastly, what strategy did the students employ to deal with this new normal situation?
So let's move on to the statement of the hypothesis. This section shows the relationship of the intervening variables, independent variables, and dependent variables to one another. Number 1. There is no significant difference about the strategy that the instructor utilizes to deliver the lesson effectively. Number 2. There is no significant difference about the positive and negative effect of online classes on students' mental health. Number 3, there is no significant difference about the real challenge of implementing these new normal classes. Number 4, there is no significant difference about the impact of online classes on future professionals. Next is significance of the study presented by Ms. Baby Kea Laura.
Thank you, Ms. Malaburbur. Now, let's move to the significance of the study. The significance of this study implies the importance of having a quality education. We conducted this study for students and the school community. Students are the most essential assets in any educational institution. Their academic performances play an important role in producing the best quality graduates who will become diligent professionals. Next is school community. School community belongs to the faculty and staff. They are the ones who lead the students to have better future and give them the opportunity to deal with their dreams. Last is an instructor or teacher. An instructor or teacher is the innermost person to each student, especially in today's normal education. The effect of this study will help the students to improve their performances and to encourage them that education is in their hands. They are the one who can shape education amidst online platforms. Next is definition of terms by Ms. Teston.
Definition of terms. First is educational platform. An educational platform or academic platform, it is a virtual program whose function is to create virtual spaces to share information. It is intended for teachers and students. It is widely used in universities, schools, both face-to-face and online. Google Meet is making enterprise-grade video conferencing available to everyone. Anyone with a Google account can create an online meeting with up to 100 participants and meet for up to 60 minutes per meeting. Next is online classes. An online class is a course conducted over the internet. They are generally conducted through a learning management system in which students can view their course syllabus and academic progress, as well as communicating with fellow students and their course instructor. Next is pandemic. Pandemic is a disease outbreak that spreads across countries or continents. It affects more people and takes more lives than an epidemic. Next is quality education. Learners who are healthy and well-nourished and ready to participate and learn, and supported in learning by their families and communities. Last is Zoom. Zoom Cloud Meeting is a proprietary video teleconferencing software program developed by Zoom Video Communications. Next is Research Design, presented by Elrin Joy Moody.
Research design. This study employed a descriptive design in which qualitative methods were used. This phenomenology study aims to examine the reason for a particular event. Phenomenology, as a methodological framework, has evolved into a process that seeks real individuals' narratives of their lives and brings out the students' perception and description of their experiences. In this study, the phenomenology method determined factors that affect online classes to the quality of education in every college student in Mindoro State University school year 2021 to 2022. Respondents of the study. The researchers selected second-year college students of Mindoro State University to be the respondents of the study, preferably the selected education students. 135 total population of education students and 50% of them were selected to make the study valid and reliable. The researchers came up with a total of 70 students as respondents, having 11 representatives from BsEd-Science, 13 representatives from BsEd-Math, 12 representatives from BsEd-Filipino, and 13 representatives from BsEd-English. The researcher also picked 17 representatives from BEd students. The selected education students were the chosen respondents because their course has to do more on portraying quality education. Next is the research instrument presented by Miss Baby Kaya Laura.
Thank you, Ms. Muyo. Now we are in the research instrument. The researchers distributed a questionnaire to determine the opinion of selected college students in Minso about the effect of online classes on the quality of education they will have amidst the pandemic. This questionnaire had 10 questions that relate to the study of quality education. Likert scale was used.
And lastly, for our chapter 3, we have data gathering procedure. The researchers virtually administered the research instrument to the respondents. They confirmed and discussed the significance of the study and accomplished the distribution of the instrument properly. The researchers themselves contacted each major to ask for their cooperations. Meanwhile, to collect the answered questionnaire. The respondents will be given enough time to accomplish to prevent hasty responses. After that, the researchers gathered all the information data to become the basis of analysis and interpretation. As of now, we the researchers are still working for Chapter 4 and Chapter 5. And we are from Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in General Science.